Perry, you ever try to sell a chainsaw?
No, but
You tried.
Well, I thought you'd say, have I ever sold a chainsaw? I'm a good salesman, Steve. But
Yeah, you've been selling cars and houses.
Absolutely.
But you didn't have too much luck on chainsaws.
Never could sell a one.
Now, I wanted you to come down to this tree, and I think you said, what for?
What do you come for? Why do you want me to come down to the tree, Steve? You want to hang me?
No, Perry. You said you wanted to show me the tree, right?
Yeah, that's the tree right there.
You need me to take that tree out?
I need you to take it out because I know you can, because you know when I met you, you was doing some community service. And in doing that community service, I found out just how good you were with a chainsaw.
Don't flatter me, Perry.
No, you could give a person a haircut with that chainsaw. You ever shaved anybody with that chainsaw?
I probably need to. I need to start shaving people with that chainsaw.
I need a shave now. But listen, I'm telling you, you are the very best.
Oh, yeah?
And you probably, I couldn't sell not one chainsaw, but I bet you sold 1 million.
Probably 2 or 3 million since then.
And you're making some real money.
Enough for a Happy Meal.
I got you.
Now I wanted to ask you, for these viewers of mine, these chainsaw viewers, they don't know what it's like down here in Louisiana.
Right.
And we are right downtown Baton Rouge. That's the interchange by the Mississippi River in Baton Rouge.
Absolutely.
Now you spent some time in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
And at the time you were selling cars.
Yes.
Do you remember selling a Trans Am to a particular guy?
Not that I can recall right off.
Wait a minute. There was a guy that you needed to repossess the Trans Am on.
Oh, yeah, I needed to repossess it.
So if I remember right, you did a drive-by somebody's place and you picked up some hardware.
Right.
What kind of hardware did you pick up?
Some gizzards.
No, not some gizzards. You were in New Orleans. You had a Trans Am that you needed to repossess.
Right.
So you were going to go by the guy's place, but he was pretty well into crime.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you were going to bring you some protection.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
What kind of protection did you get?
You better kill that because I don't remember.
You don't remember? Didn't you get a bunch of pistols from somebody and put them in the floorboard of your car?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Steve. I'm getting old now.
I know you are.
Trans Am.
So you got how many pistols? 2 or 3 or 4?
No, I got 2 floorboards full of pistols.
2.
The neighbors gave me pistols. And I had...
So you had more than 2 or 3 pistols in the floorboard?
Steve, I had 7 on one side and I had 4 or 5 on the other side.
Holy
in the floorboard of my car.
Because it was basically a gang this guy ran, right?
Absolutely.
And you needed to repossess the Trans Am.
I needed to repossess my car.
Was this in the 80s or the 70s?
This was in the late 80s.
The late 80s?
Right.
Okay, so you got you a bunch of pistols, filled your floorboards with your pistols.
That's correct.
You went down to this place in New Orleans where this guy was hanging out with his gang.
That's right.
And you went up to him unarmed when you went up to him, right?
Absolutely. That was the Desire Project. See, I had forgot about that.
That was the plan, huh?
That was the plan for me to go and get my car.
Unarmed.
Well, I was armed, but not you were armed on my person.
In the car. But you were not armed on your person.
No, I was not.
So they decided to chase you.
Absolutely.
Instead of giving you the Trans Am.
That's right. When I went up, they actually laughed at me. Said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah, man, I came for my Trans Am." They all stood up and say, "Are you serious?" No, and say, "Nigga, please." And
they used those kind of terms back then?
Yeah, they did. It was pretty colloquial. So they started chasing me.
So they started chasing you back to the Trans Am?
Yeah, I was walking fast at first. And then I got into a little trot, and then I just rushed to my car. I mean, I'm talking about, Steve, it was probably like, 10 or 15 of them.
People, 10 or 15 gang members.
Gang members sitting out on the step of a crack house.
And they were going to beat you.
They were going to beat me up.
So you grabbed you some hardware.
Right.
And you turned around.
Right.
And you unloaded.
I did. But I was confused because never put a lot of guns in your car. Because even though I was being chased, when I opened my door, all them guns, I was confused which one to get. So I hesitated for a second or two, and that could have been fatal.
Right.
But I did. I got a gun, and I started firing, and the guy that I hit, I shot him in the back, and the judge said, "Well, Mr. Donaldson, I thought all these people was chasing you. How did you shoot him in the back?" I said, "Your Honor, when I pulled the trigger," I said, "he turned around." And so Your Honor laughed. but he bought the story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but really, I don't remember them running from me at all. They was coming towards me, but when I pulled that trigger, when I shot, it was kind of getting dusty. Evening,
dusk in the evening.
right? And the fire, when I pulled that trigger, man, the fire came out, and them guys turned around like that. You know,
So they left. They left after the first shot, but the first shot ended up killing somebody, right?
it did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a terrible ending, but but I shot more than once.
Yeah.
You know, I was afraid.
Yeah. Did
I
you
was
get Trans Am back?
I got my Trans Am back. I did. I got my Trans Am back, and look, they never came back out.
Really?
Now this is desirable.
The gang members never messed with you again?
No, they never came back out. But I had left. I had a house on the lakefront, so and I sold cars out of the front of my house.
Okay.
And so what happened is about 2 or 3 months after that happened, they did burn the house down.
Oh, so the gang members come back and burn your house down?
they did.
I'll be damned. Holy Moses.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want those 2 dead trees pulled down, huh?
No.
You just want to leave them sitting up there so they fall on you when you're gardening.
Well, that's I'm afraid of.
So you're going to put a garden there, your famous annual garden,
Absolutely.
where you make your damn real good jalapenos and banana peppers and whatnot.
Absolutely.
And I'll take a bag of them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna plant some for you, but those trees, with your expertise.
Now, if you wanted to take them down, we could try to stack the wood up, and maybe one night have a bonfire. If we roast some hot dogs, the fire department might not get mad if we're roasting hot dogs.
can you get away with that?
We can tell them we're roasting hot dogs.
Well, I'm telling you, I really do need to cut down. I'm afraid that it may fall.
It's dangerous as hell.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I
Just
didn't
sooner
know
or later, that stuff's going to fall on your head and kill you
That's right.
if you got a garden down there.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can take it down pretty easy.
I'm gonna have to take that down.
We'll get it down.
I didn't know it was that bad.
It's dangerous as hell.
You know the other one that you came out and cut for me?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
You did such
Such a
job.
damn good job. I think it was that one, wasn't it?
Right. It was that one and this one. You can't hardly see.
I came and got that one. That's been a long time.
Right. See, it was this one here and that one.
Yeah.
And this one was had a dimension of about the size of a small car.
Yeah, it was a big one.
It was a big one.
Originally, whatever was here was huge. It might be this stump right here. It was big. Yeah,
that
it was
the
a stump.
This is
the stump right here.
Right.
Yeah,
And then that was the other one.
So we'll just stack that stuff up and we'll make a major bonfire.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm all with you.
I'll go down to the fire department. I'll just tell them this is what's going to happen.
So I'm not getting hanged. In fact,
No hangings. No
hanging today.
If we hung you in that tree, the branches would break and fall on us.
that's not the reason I'm not getting hanged.
Dude, that's the only reason. Man, I guess the second reason is I'm not in that kind of habit. I don't swing that way.
I got you. Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome, Perry.
Right.
Even though it's been a couple years since I've seen you.
Right, it's been a while, Steve. But I'm gonna try and become a chainsaw salesman
No,
again.
you're not. We're not even
look,
going to think about that.
What I'm telling you is that it's an honor to be with the very best chainsaw in the country.
No.
But what is a chainsaw like
No, I got some good chainsaws, but they're not necessarily.
But you would
they're
be
not
like a
necessarily
connoisseur
better.
of chainsaws.
No, I'm just a guy that develops some better chainsaws than what they were before in China. That's all.
I got you. And you're still gonna build your sawmill.
Oh, I got I got 3 sawmills if you consider the little Alaskan sawmill that you don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
But I got 2 sawmills people will see on the channel here pretty soon.
Well,
I got to put them together.
You're the right guy.
All right,
You're
man.
the right guy.
All right.
Make that money.
Well, yeah, be good, right? Be a good American.
All right.
All right. See
Be
you.
a good American.